You connect whatever you want to. Where did Chase go? Hello, everybody. I think we're live, guys. Wow, I got the comments opened up. Look at all the people over here. I can't even. Steve, you're going to have to tell us who all's here because I'm having technical issues all of a sudden.
Okay, well,
We are
we've got
live,
Mark.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
we.
we're live.
Okay.
We've got Mark Lindsay, Herb from Herb Scrolling Station, Mervin from Poppy's Woodshed, John C. from What If I Could. Let's see, Robin from Buys and DIYs, Lawrence Aldridge. I think that's all of them I see so far. Uh, and Nancy from Little Treasures by Nancy is in.
Hello, 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 everybody. Um, I want to remind my kids just because you get booted, remember your mics are running through me, so we're still going to hear you when you get disgruntled over there. So just keep that in mind, okay?
And Dave Gatton's just joined us.
Dave Gatton. Ah, let my heart be still. He made it at the beginning of a show. How was everybody's week? How was your week, Steve? Steve, how are you been?
I'm doing okay. Been a busy week trying to get everything ready for Thanksgiving and all the fun stuff. Uh.
Yeah, we could hear all of it. We were watching you too, but it was it's here. Let me do you two a favor so you don't look like both of you have mental issues. I'm gonna move you over here so that way when you lean into each other, it's not like you're leaned away from each other having an argument or a discussion. It's like you two had your
uh,
backs to each other having a discussion. It was so crazy.
Steve C has joined us.
Howdy, howdy, Mr. Steve C. Steve C. Steve has a surprise for you. I hope you join the after show hangout. Um, he's got a surprise for you. While we're talking about Steve, I want to thank Steve and everybody else that's been donating to well, I don't know exactly where they've been donating, but thank you for donating. Steve can talk more about where stuff is going and
The
where it's
donations are done at the Living Beyond Disabilities website under the donations tab.
uh no, I was referring to what donations have come in, general, specific, whatever.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go look that one up while we're going on.
Oh, lordy, lordy, it's been a horrible week. I started off my week okay and got hit with colitis pretty bad and it ruined my week. But I did manage to get my all-in-one made, Steve.
Yeah, you've
uh,
been working hard on that.
168 solder joints to put this thing together. I did
Wow.
not video any of it, but I took a bunch of pictures and I am going to put together a little slideshow video of it. But it was like, I wish I'd have got some pictures loaded in here that I could have shown, but it is my 24-inch monitor, so it's literally 21 and a quarter inches across. It is, what did I tell you? Oh, it's 12 and 3/4 high and 4 inches or 4 and a quarter inches thick.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is an actual desktop computer in there. And that wouldn't have been possible without donations from friends that were specifically for this to help me get this up and going. And it's cool. I mean, there was a lot of I'll post some pictures in Living Beyond Disability group later on. And I covered it with carbon fiber vinyl, but I'm not crazy about it. And you really can't see it, but I did go through a lot of work to build the case for it. So I almost feel like I want to show it, but there again, tucked back in that corner, you don't even see it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not having technical problems trying to get it started this week, folks. I did get that far. I did get that much done. 168 joints. I lost my mind. Steve was in here when I went to fire it up the first time. The fan kicked on and went right back off. I hit the button again. It kicked on and went right back off. And I was like, oh, God. I hit it again. It kicked on and it kicked off. And I was like, oh, my God, something is wrong. And I was like, please tell me I didn't break this board trying to build this thing. So I went and found another power supply that I had and unplugged basically all the wiring harnesses that I made for the computer and narrowed it down to one wiring harness that had how many wires is that thing? 20
24 or 28.
28, I think. 28 wires in there. And 2 of those 28 were crossed up. But if you know anything about computers and you've got basically the ketchup and mustard wires in there where you've got, 5 or 8 yellows and 5 or 6 blacks and 5 or 6 reds and a couple of oddballs. The couple of oddballs are easy to match up, but all of those other ones. So this was a lesson learned, right? So you think if you're looking at a power supply, and I'm sure most of these people don't want to hear about it, but this was my journey this week. So what I did learn for sure is that if you have a wiring harness that's plugged into a board, and if you have 8 yellow wires over here and 8 yellow wires plugged into the board, you would think because you know that all 8 of these yellow wires are 12-volt wires, you would assume that it really wouldn't matter which one those get plugged into over here. And then when you look and realize you have 8 black wires, well, those are ground, so it doesn't really matter, right? I don't understand why there's 8 different ones. It could just be one, right? Wrong. It talks back and forth in there, so those power supplies, those wires are only hot at certain points when it's called for, like when your CD-ROM fires up, it sends power to it. That kind of thing. So I had 2 wires crossed up in there. Luckily, it didn't hurt anything. But out of 168 solder joints that I did, to have 2 that were backwards, I don't think was too awful bad.
Not at all. Robin says she likes your do-rag, by the way.
Thank you.
She asked if it was plaid.
No, it's not. It's actually supposed to be flames. It's flame.
Oh yeah, I can see the flame in it.
I actually had a do-rag that was made from a flannel shirt. It was one of my favorite winter do-rags till I found out really quick flannel shirt do-rag is not what you want to be wearing when you're welding underneath the semi in the middle of winter. It got a little hot, a little quick. So, we're getting really, really close to things being wrapped up in here to the point that I'm going to start seeing if I can sew and if I can knit and if I can do some of these other things. And we're going to, not this weekend, but hopefully next weekend, Lord willing, the creeks don't rise and it don't rain. Next weekend, isn't that when we're supposed to start on the floor, finishing the floor?
Yes.
Okay.
Next weekend is Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's what we talked about, right? Because you said I have Thursday, Friday off. And
yeah, I thought we were still doing stuff tomorrow, so it doesn't matter to me, but yes.
No, I thought we were going to Lincolnton Sunday. I thought tomorrow was working on these fairy houses. Fairy house challenge and deadline is coming to an end quick. We're less than a month away.
I know.
Yeah.
Close.
You wanna tell us about that?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
All
you.
the shout outs?
Little
It's
old
my turn?
you.
Well, first, we have Little Treasures by Nancy. She was actually the first to turn in. I believe Steve is going to be putting links in the comments, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then we have Robin at Robin's Buys and DIYs. Y'all should go check her out. Steve will be dropping links for everyone that has turned in a project so far, and they're all looking pretty good. And then we have Billy Burt. He actually has 2 channels, and he's featuring his house in both of the channels. First, we have the Messy Studio, and then we have the Messy Scroller. Again, that is Billy Burt, and those are both his channels.
Now, I owe Billy an apology because I did tell Billy, since he got all that stuff in, that I would feature it this week on the show. And I'm a horrible, horrible person. I have had a horrible week, guys. Really. I felt pretty decent today, and I got up and got moving around, and that's why we're here. But we contemplated as early as Wednesday canceling the show this week because we didn't know how quick I'd come back around. So I did not get that featured in there. But Steve does have it up on the website.
Yes, I do.
And it is in our playlist. Everybody that enters will be added to the playlist on our YouTube channel right here. I will be making a post and sharing some other pictures that Billy shared with us on Living Beyond Disability. And I will, even though he's already entered, I promise next week I will have it featured in here because it deserves to be featured. I don't know so much about being featured, but I mean, he deserves the due credit I gave everybody else to show the pictures, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So, Billy, if you're watching, I apologize. I did not have that up there. This time it was my fault. Totally 110%. Or Mother Nature or my gut or whatever. And I'm just a horrible person because there's no reason I couldn't have sucked it up enough to have at least gotten that done. I'm just a horrible person. All right. Chase, you got anything you want to say? You want to give us a Diesel report? How's Diesel doing?
He's doing pretty good. As ever. Right now, he's munching away.
He's, wow, look at how much hair he's tore out of the back of him up here.
Yeah.
That's what he was yelling at. The dog's literally pulling his hair out. Took him to the vet. $400 later, he came home with Xanaxes, and they said that would fix the problem. 2 months of Xanaxes and $175 a month worth of Xanaxes, and 2 months later, the dog has less hair, itches, and bites himself more than he did before.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I'm about to shave him. I'm just going to leave his mane and little things around his feet and a little ball on the end of his tail and just shave him.
We're going to have our personal little lion.
No.
Oh, wouldn't he look like a standard poodle at that point?
Anyways.
You want to be a lion, Bubby? You're not. You're making a lot of noise eating on the show, Bubby.
My blood pressure is high.
Your blood pressure is high. My blood pressure is high. Oh, so here we are.
A reminder.
Not even 15 minutes in. I already don't have anything to say.
I have something.
Okay, please.
We do have one reminder about the Fairy Gnome House Challenge. I'm not quite sure how to say the name. They are due December 17th at 11:59 p.m. the latest. Had to do that so there are no discrepancies. So 11:59 p.m. no later.
That's Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
There you go. Steve, what's going on in the website business?
Not a lot's changed. We're still working on the Heart of the Community section. for the new site. That's still in progress. It'll take a little while to get that one up and finished. Other than that, we're just keeping up with everything else. We haven't.
We will be, now that I have this computer built, I will be editing together some video and uploading more videos, and there'll be an actual about me video and about me page. It seems that a lot of people don't understand that I'm disabled, or they don't understand what my disability is, or I don't come across as disabled, or I'm not even sure how to put it. I mean, it's come from many different directions. People have told you, people have told me.
Or we could do like a Q&A.
It's as new people come in, they don't know the backstory, and there's nothing to tell them what the backstory is.
Right.
Kind of do a Q&A with previous questions that we've had, frequent questions. Just make a video about that too.
Yeah, see, I don't know. We try to get the engagement, but the engagement never happens. I don't know. We could put up a post asking you know, what. I just forgot what we were even talking about right in the middle of it.
Video about your.
Oh yeah, questions. If you have questions, just ask.
Yeah, you can ask questions in the Facebook group at any time. And
so in 2018, I contracted tetanus at North Myrtle Beach, moving houses. Very rough. Almost didn't make it through that process of there, moving a place that had lived for 12 years. Quit working for myself. Was really struggling with after effects from still having bad spasms and seizures and different mess from the tetanus. So yeah, the year prior to that, in 2017, I got bit by a dog, and my arm swelled up. Remember that? When my whole elbow and arm swelled up, and the surgeon came in and they marked all that, and they were like, look, if this swells outside of this, we're going to have to cut all this muscle and all this tissue out. Turned out to be, no, I'm telling you wrong. It wasn't a dog bite. I had picked up some dogs and moved some dogs and then got a spider bite.
You had the spider bite before.
Hmm?
You had the spider bite before you picked up the dog, I thought.
No.
Oh.
However it was, whichever way it was, that was several strokes ago. I got an infection in my arm and in my blood that came from the dog, but the spider is what got it into my blood. So anyway, that doesn't ever go away. It just like lays dormant in your system, I guess, from what I understand. So when I contracted tetanus, it caused another whole barrage of issues besides just the tetanus. But I made it through all that, got back on my feet, so to speak. And then in 2019, had a few heart attacks, had a couple heart surgeries. And then January?
Yep.
No, it was February. What?
No, January. You went to.
I thought it was January 2nd. Yeah, January 2nd of 2020. I suffered a traumatic brain injury, actually, a few of them. And a stroke, which sent me to rehab and lot of paralysis on my left side, face droop, couldn't talk very good. I talk the way I talk now, and all that credit really goes to my sister, my daughter, Chase, and Steve. Steve gets a lot of the credit for me to be as fluid as I am for spending the hundreds of hours that him and I have spent in here over the last year and a half. And him not... Steve's never like made fun of me, give me a hard time, or just gave up when I was ready to give up, when I couldn't communicate what I was trying to say. So I appreciate that very much. My arm moving, it's just because I wanted to do this, and I just kept on doing it. And, you know, contrary to what anybody believes, I think I learned to move it because when I can't do it and I need this and it just won't, it's not a will. It just finds another way to make it do it. I can't explain it, but it did not. I didn't get where I picked my arm up like that overnight. It's been a 1.5 year journey. And I did have some control over it before that because of rehab. You know, I was manipulating certain things, and I could pinch stuff really good. But my main strength came between my thumb and these 3 fingers right here. I could hurt you with these 3 fingers. But that's all I got. I got no strength in my arm. I could latch on to something, but I can't necessarily pick it up. But it'll get stronger. But I did walk out of rehab. I marched out of rehab, and then had 2 bad falls here at home. And where we live, it's a concrete floor with tile on it. So my head bounced pretty hard off of that when I hit it. And one of those falls pretty much took my legs. I can move my right leg pretty good, really good. My left leg, it's I have issues with it. I can't lock it, so I can't trust it to step through with it. My foot droops down. But these are things that I learned to overcome. You know, I don't even think about it anymore. We've laughed before talking about it. You know, when we go to, like, if we're going to go over here and look at something, you know, everybody just turns and goes. My hand automatically just goes to the joystick. That's how I walk. You know, I don't even think about it. I just do it. That's how I walk.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just become part of me. We don't seem, is it just me, or is the chat not moving? Nothing happening over there?
Chat's very quiet right now.
Oh, yeah.
It says we have 11 people here and everybody's really, really quiet. So I've had my trials and tribulations, and I wouldn't be in this chair if I hadn't been so stubborn. I wouldn't have fell and busted my head like that again after being told over and over and over and over again. We were told that I couldn't catch a cold, I couldn't get pneumonia, I couldn't get sinus infection. I was told so many things that I needed to be so careful about. And then when COVID came about, that's when they cut off my rehab, and that just permanently sealed the deal. And the doctor's just like, well, you're permanently confined to a wheelchair now.
Steve C and Poppy both say that they were silent because they were listening to your story.
So that leads us to the last February 2nd. 2nd will be 2 years. So since then, that's what it's taken to build this room. That's what it's taken for me to be able to speak like I can. That's what's taken for me to be able to move my left arm like I can. And one of my biggest hurdles through all of this was learning how to use tools again. And one bit of advice I would give anybody that is in my shoes that gets the bug and the desire to be like, yes, I'm just going to do it. Don't go wide open into it, and don't go into it like a bull in a china shop. I got very, very, very lucky on 3 occasions with power tools that I was able to jump out of the bite of them enough by just flinching. I had a router bounce, a trim router bounce, jump up and try to climb up my arm. It literally was climbing up my arm and went up my neck and smacked me in the head and then hit the floor tumbling around. And I got it unplugged and I just started patting myself down. I just knew I was going to be a bloody mess, but I didn't have one scratch on me. So how that happened, and I'll never know. That's where that chunk came from in the concrete over here that y'all asked me about that day you came in. That's how I messed up that brand new router bit. I just didn't want to tell Amanda that because she'd had a fit. She'd took my router from me.
I didn't deny it.
There's been trials and tribulations like that. Me running the bandsaw even now with when I get the tick tendencies and I just have to touch. I've banged the side of that blade a couple of times now. If it hadn't been for you guys convincing me to put that guard back on, I probably would have lost a finger or two by now because I've smacked that thing like twice now hard. The guard. But if I cut something off, you know what? Hey, it's a learning experience. We're all destined to leave this world the day we got here at some point. So shoot, if I cut something off, it'll just be less of me they got to get rid of later. I don't know how I'll say it. What are you doing, Bubbies? Bubbies. Bubs. He just had to get into the show. You got to show off.
Yep.
He's a mess. He's spoiled rotten. He is spoiled rotten. He's bigger than you are, girl.
Mark, when does he join the chat? He just got back from dinner.
I just see that. He said he had beef stroganoff. We haven't had beef stroganoff in a while. That's not how you say that. We'll just keep moving.
Yeah.
Mark says we all compost down pretty well after a while. Yeah. Ashes to ashes and all. Yeah, I don't know. Would it be morbid of me to say I want to build my own coffin to be cremated in?
It's unusual. I don't know it's morbid.
They do that, will they? Because they just pretty much burn you in a box, right? Just in a cardboard box. Isn't that how it's done? Or a cheap
I don't know.
I don't think you're burned in the casket.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Oh, let's not talk about this. This just got really creepy. Oh, Merv said that's what he said. I do. I would like to. I am gonna build. I am gonna make my own urn. It might be a little weird, but
no.
Amanda's never been impressed with anything I ever did. But I'm going to make an urn that she can put me in. And after she's knocked me over 50 times and I've never come out, maybe she'll appreciate one time my ability to make something.
I'm glad you're theory of how I test the durability.
Oh.
I will blame it on the cat every time.
Yeah, Steve, that Steve C said that he thinks they generally use cardboard. That's what I think. I think they put you in just a cardboard box.
Yeah.
You came in this world naked, screaming and crying. You can go out the same way. Naked, screaming, crying, somebody wiping your butt. I don't know. Baby lays on the floor staring at the ceiling fan, oohing and cooing, and everybody thinks it's cute, and I do it, and I'm an alcoholic.
Wrapped up in a tarp by the fire.
You should have had a saw stop. Then you wouldn't have cut your wieners off. Your fingers off. I was thinking about the hot dog they used as that.
I was on the same page.
Yeah.
I was just was picturing a demonstration with the hot dog, thinking about trying to say to him about his fingers. Anyhow.
Okay.
Why would you cut more than one off? The first one not hurt enough? On a table saw? Was it a kickback? Russ Meadows. Hey, Russ.
Hi, Russ.
Hello.
Hey, Russ.
I'm trying to catch up.
Mark says he wants to go peacefully in his sleep like his grandpa, not screaming in terror like his passengers.
Oh my god.
And Mervin says, yeah, it was a kickback.
Yeah, I had, when I got that cabinet saw and turned that thing on for the first time, as soon as I turned it on, I turned it right back off, and it never even got a chance to get up to speed. That thing scared the crap out of me. I'd never had one with a 12-inch blade in it like that. And I had it all the way up, of course, for whatever reason. And it took me several times of turning it on and off to finally turn it on and stand in the office and listen to it run for a minute to know that horrifying is normal. If you have a cabinet saw, you know what I'm talking about. When you stand behind it, it makes a horrible noise. It just sounds terrifying. When I shoved that 6x6 through it as fast as I could, and I couldn't bog it down, I gained a lot of respect for it. When I had that tube before, shoot through the shop 12 feet and go through the door, I was like, I'm never standing behind that thing again. I had to take 3 busted ribs and had to repair my door to learn that lesson, but I will never stand behind. Now I'm going to be face to face with this thing. How's that going to work when I'm feeding it through the saw? I ain't got no teeth, so it can't knock my teeth out. It choked me. I'll just catch them in my throat.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Mark's.
I used a 16-inch double end trimmer and then a 36-inch double end trimmer at a sawmill. Those were some freaky saws. Those are just 36-inch blades and on a shaft in the middle of nowhere that you can make go back and forth, and sometimes they go right by you. What's going on over here?
That's what I was just trying to figure out.
Did Larry ask a question? Did Robin ask a question last week?
No, Robin asked Larry something and he didn't want to talk about it, so it's just they've got a separate private conversation going.
Yeah, I'm lost. All right. So, any of y'all out there in the chat got anything to say?
Not very active today.
Yeah, we're all just, it's like a winter, isn't it? It's really fall-y.
Everyone's hibernating.
Yeah, well, I feel myself like my insides, after having the flu really, really bad, how when you start to come out the other side and start to feel human again, how you feel. That's kind of how I feel. I can feel myself coming back to life in there. Hi, little sister.
Hi, Anne-Marie.
Hello.
So I feel myself coming back to life. It was a rough couple of days, but hopefully maybe I can be a little more productive. We'll get those videos done. We'll get some more of the stuff linked together. Things will go a little bit more smoothly. We'll have show notes next time. We're getting better. I mean, as you can hear, I think you can hear the kids a whole lot better than ever before.
Too much.
Well, you see, you went right back to whispering, basically.
Probably too much.
No. So we're getting there. Eventually, we'll all be on one camera system, and it'll get there. I can't afford to buy the stuff, so I'm building it now. So we're finally getting there. They're on their own mics over there. There's got to be something done with them, but it's all coming through one board. So
Yep.
I have control of that. So that's what's happening. We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting caught up.
I can't wait to get to where I can see if I can sew, because I might do that tomorrow. I might get the sewing machine out tomorrow and see if I can make some do-rags.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to figure out some kind of simple logo that I could hand embroider with the sewing machine. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how we could work it out.
Well, I think what we were talking about, if this band is black and the center is black, and then these two side panels right here are the blue, we've kind of covered our colors, right?
Yeah, I would say we picked out some colors. We picked out the way to lay it out anyway. We talked about it.
Well, it'll be what material I have here right now, whatever I got.
Right.
That whole upper cabinet and drawers and crap is just full, so I'll be able to come up with something.
Yep.
And I have an idea that me sitting in this chair right here, I need some form of apron, right? Just to keep the crap off of me all the time. But the problem with aprons is you want to go putting pockets in it. But when you're confined to a chair, you get a whole lot more stuff in the pockets than you do when you can walk. You still get a lot in there. But I have a couple of patterns for those denim made out of blue jeans, old blue jeans. You know what I'm talking about? The bib, the work bib, whatever you call it.
Yeah, like bib overalls or.
No, just it's just the work smock bib thing made out of old blue jeans. Well, I have a bunch of those blue jeans that I used to always wear. They were uniform jeans. I got like 30 pairs of them. They were washed and put up before we ever came here. I'm not ever going to wear them again. I'm thinking about washing them again and with a lot of fabric softener, and then cutting them and seaming them apart and making some of those and maybe putting them up for sale. What do you think about that?
It sounds like a very interesting idea. And Herb has said that please do rags. He'll buy some. So
I thought I'm glad you read that for me, because I thought he said, please do some drugs. I will buy some. I was like, wow, Herb, my man, what are we talking about? Yeah, I was like, I could not get that in my head. Look, I want a cigarette so bad I pulled 2 out of the box.
Sorry, I just got a notice of an error. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do, Mark. The pant that was. Thank you. I never got around to saying that. I've got a pattern for one that's made from old blue jeans that has flaps that you make that go over top of it. And what I was thinking about doing, since the flap is a double piece, is maybe put a magnetic strip in it and maybe put a piece in the apron pocket itself so it'll kind of want to stay shut.
All right.
Robin's back with chocolate ice cream.
Hmm.
I almost like
That sounds pretty good.
I don't know. I tried the ice cream the other night. The chocolate. I think it was the chocolate.
just
Yeah.
want the regular vanilla.
Yeah, I don't know. So has anybody been watching anything good? Anybody got any new news? I look every week while I was laid up these few days. I looked all over the internet trying to find latest innovations. And if you don't look for specific things, you're not going to find them. And I promise you, if you spend any amount of time at all looking these things up and then just picking random things and looking them up, when I say random things, random types of disability, you'll start finding a lot of things that you'll look at it. If you know anything about, if you know anything about both of the disabilities, it's not hard to look at it and say, why don't they use that over for these people? You know, and there may be a good explanation for that, but what is it? I don't see it. Not when you've got that many things, you know what I mean? Who cares about Tiger King?
Oh, I did start watching it the other day.
I haven't even finished season 1.
I didn't watch
Well,
season
we
1.
went to one
I
of the
didn't watch the
zoos.
movie. Didn't read the book. Not watching the video.
That was awesome.
What are you Diesel James?
Looks like John cares.
What?
He is getting out.
You just ruined that for me.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know how to feel about that.
About getting out?
Yeah, there's no sense in us even being on here because we don't have a topic we're talking about. They're talking about movies and new seasons of Tiger King. We're
I'm
just
interacting
basically
with the
at this
audience.
point having a group hangout.
Yep. Which
If
we
I'm going to do
can.
that, I'm not going to ruin my analytics over it. So we'll just go ahead and call this one for the week, folks. I hope everybody has a great weekend, an amazing week coming up. Don't eat too much turkey or whatever you eat.
You can always work on your house while you're being lazy in a food coma.
There you go. There's some good advice.
That is very true.
It's due December 17th.
I got to work on my house. I'm telling you, I'm waiting till the 15th to get started.
He claimed he was waiting on us.
Okay. Well, y'all have an amazing weekend, a great week. If you come into the hangout, you will get the link here shortly. If you want to be added to these things, where you can come to these, again, I don't care who you are. If you want to come, you are welcome. Let Steve or myself or Amanda or Chase or somebody know, and we'll make sure you get added to that list of people that get the link when we go live.
Oh, Robin.
Robin has a question. What's your question, Robin?
Thought the live chat didn't count for analytics or something. Maybe.
When it Yeah. Oh, and Mark is going to be talking about the Fairy House Challenge on his weekend stream Sunday, also, his live.
Robin, you got to type faster.
It
Well, we're
lags.
lag behind.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of lag right now.
No, you can't refresh the page and give them another view. Once you're logged in on your account, they automatically know it's you. The only way you can give them another view is to be logged out of YouTube and come back in another way on another account and give them another view. But as long as you're still who you are, they know who you are. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
If you're not from here, happy whatever day, whatever that is for you. Thursday, if that's what it's called for you.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Have a great week. We will be here next Friday night.
Yes, we will.
All right. We'll see you in the hangout in a little bit. Bye.